Welcome to the Brixton Inner Space series of podcasts. This week we're going to be exploring the theme of the art of practical contentment. And practical contentment is not a passive state of just getting by. It's an active, radiant energy that transforms not just my environment, but that of people around me. And so today I'm going to be looking at the value and the art of an easy nature. If you think about the expression, somebody who's comfortable in their own skin, is such a weird expression because, you know, your skin is all you have. It's you're born with it, and of course you can get injuries and so on, but it's the one that is with you for your entire life. But the deeper expression, or the deeper meaning behind the expression, is when you look at yourself in the mirror, and generally speaking, are you happy, content, and at peace with this body? So, they talk about beauty being only skin deep, but it is what we present to the world. It is how often we see ourselves. And so when we're limited by only looking at the body, and that in effect means skin and skin deep, then clearly, we may not be satisfied because, I don't have any hair, or, I have a scar, or my face is, the all wrong shape, or I'm not tall enough. The body shape and sizes and variations are infinite. And when we compare those to what is supposedly the ideal form, which is what's in the magazines, on TV, in the movie, and of course all over the internet, then we feel, oh my gosh, my body and my physical form is very, very far from that. And if that is the ideal, if that is what's supposed to be good or even perfect, then unless I can do something to get to that form, I'm not going to be happy. I'm not going to be at peace. I'm not content. Now, if you go back not very far, maybe a few decades, pre social media, I think the vast majority of people, and certainly young people, kids, probably would never have given their appearance the time of day. I personally, for myself, of course, being in a male body, it makes a difference. Um, but I never thought about, how I look, apart from making sure my hair was combed, because well, I had some, and my mom would always insist on making sure that my hair was combed. And apart from that, that's it, you know. Uh, and yet, you know, kids, 8-year-olds, are influences on how to put makeup on and skin regime. And so we've moved away from literally being comfortable in the skins that we've been born with and accepting that this is perfectly normal, natural, and effectively it's beautiful. Two, trying to pursue some externally set up standards, an external set of standards which says, your skin must do this and that and the other, and the shape of the body, and it's just never ending. And so, we're talking about physical beauty and physical form because that is what we see when we first look at ourselves in the mirror, and of course, when we look at others. But this idea of beauty being skin deep is, of course, Absolutely true. Because if you go deeper and you ask yourself, take a deep breath. Am I happy? Am I content? And again, a deep breath. If the answer isn't yes, if the answer is a maybe, then ask yourself why. And the answer may be, I'm too fat. I've got too much weight. Okay. And then you say, why? Again. And it'll be like, oh, I eat too much. Okay. Why? I am bored. Or I always feel hungry. And why again? So this is known as the 5 whys method. It's a well-known, tried and tested way to understand what's deeper, what's the underlying, or what they call the root cause. And when you understand that, you can start addressing it. If I am unhappy because of my job, my finances, my health, the way I look, all of these can be addressed when we go deep within and appreciate what we have, what we can control, and what we cannot. So I need to go deep within and really appreciate who and what I am, and that is we are spiritual beings. If you really think about the eye, when you look yourself in the mirror, do you feel any different to when that eye looked in the mirror 20 years ago, 30 years ago? So when you were a teen and you looked at yourself in the mirror and you'd say, I'm okay. When you're in your 20s and your 30s, that I, that being never changes because the body is temporary. The I, the soul, is eternal. And the soul doesn't change because it's just energy, consciousness. And so that deeper underlying sense of self, way beyond going skin deep, is the true self. And so when I am in touch with that inner self, with that eternal, spiritual, benevolent, peaceful, contented self, then I will be comfortable in my skin. And the funny thing is, the more you're at peace and content within, the more people just accept you, and then this external factors just disappear. And you can see that, with people of all ages, with people who are comfortable in their skin, you know, that you don't even have the thought, oh, they're not, they're too fat, thin, tall, no hair, whatever. That thought doesn't come because you can see, feel, and instinctively just connect with that person being at peace, at one with themselves. Deep breath, a moment of deep inner silence and reflection. I am a peaceful, eternal being. Om Shanti. Om, I the soul, Shanti, peace. So Om Shanti, and enjoy the rest of your week being more and more comfortable with your own skin.